Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 117 here.
And Greyshot 151 here as well.
Hopefully,
Possibly, maybe.
hopefully with a working green screen. We shall see. But in any case, we're going to be reviewing a movie today, and that movie is...
The Secret Life of Pets. Independence Day Resurgence.
Finding Dory.
The Shallows.
We'll be going over Finding Dory. We actually saw this at the Alamo Draft House. Once again, we were late. We didn't see the first thing.
Once again, he screwed up with directions. Okay, guys, if you tell someone next left, or next right, leave in the comments what that means. Because in my mind, it says take the next road that is a right-hand turn.
My counterpoint is I'm focusing, and then I'm waiting for the next right, and I see at the intersection, and we're about to pass, and we pass, and he's like, "Oh, that was it," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, because
thanks, by the way, for letting me know. Like, oh, it's this one.
I did my job. I informed you. You thought, for some odd reason...
This is why I have a GPS device that tells me which direction.
Really? Is that why you weren't using it?
Gee, is that why I had it off? Because I turned it off because I figured, you know what? He just told me where I need to go, so I don't need it
guys, his idea, literally in the car, he says, well, if you said next right, you meant intersection. I'm like... No, it means next possible right, as in whenever.
Moving on, the movie I thought was good. What did you think? The movie.
I thought you sucked at driving. Oh, the movie.
Yes.
The movie itself, I thought, was a very nice callback to the original film. There were a lot of nice nods. This is definitely Dory's story, but the fact...
yeah, like there was Marlin and Nemo are both essentially relegated to supporting cast members. They're not. They did a better job in this film doing a supporting cast.
Did you tell her to attack me? Like, what?
No, she wants up. Okay. You're blocking her.
Okay, come on.
Oh, now you scared her. Good job. But anyway, in Cars 2, they did the similar thing where they switched the roles. Where Speed McQueen or whatever the heck his name was the star, and then it got delegated to the truck in the second movie. So essentially, Steve got relegated to a supporting role, but they couldn't figure out how to do that.
Nope. You're with me,
In this film, they did it a lot more cleanly and a lot more efficiently. Dory is the main star here, and I feel like this is where Pixar learned from a mistake and moved on.
Yes. Cars 2 is probably their worst effort. And don't get me wrong, Finding Dory is nowhere near their worst effort. But for me, I like Dory as the main character. Dory, she was funny. She was very heartfelt. I wouldn't say as much as the original, at least in my opinion. But literally, this is a demon here. This is a demon. Demon.
Anyway,
any case,
go on.
She works as the main character, and Marlon, everyone works as side characters. There are plenty of new side characters as well. You still get the old ones as well, a lot of the side ones. But you do, like the sea turtle, Crush. But you get a lot of new characters, like Idris Elba as the.
Which, by the way, $20. They're like, okay, we need you for the Jungle Book. Can you come over to like the Pixar studio for like 5 minutes? And
we just need you for
5 minutes, please, sir. And it's like, sure, why not? I'm Idris Elba. Because he's essentially a side character.
Yeah, he's like the minimalist. Every time he's on screen, though, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Again, the main problem I had with this film is, as someone that saw Finding Nemo as a kid. I mean, Finding Nemo came out 2003.
Yeah, 2003, I would believe.
Finding Nemo came out.
Because Incredibles was 2004, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think something like that. I was at the age of 10, and I saw Finding Nemo. It was a fantastic film. Oh God. Fantastic film, as I keep trying to say.
I don't know what she's doing.
I don't know either. She attacks me. Any case, fantastic film. But it almost seemed like I can't, like, every time oh God damn it, what the fuck? Seriously. Jesus Christ. Any case, every time there'd be a
devour you.
Shut up. Anytime there was a callback or anything of that nature, it was nice, but at the same time, it felt like every time it did, it lasted a minute too long. Or, for me, like, some of the jokes were like jokes off of the jokes they originally made in the original movie. For instance, for Idris Elba, their character is like off, like, they yell at this other, creature just to get off of it. Was it sea lion, right?
Yeah, it's a sea lion.
They just all yell, these two of them just yell at him, and it just reminded me of Mine, like Mine,
yeah.
like of And I felt that was so much funny. In fact, they have a part with seagulls, and they're all flying, saying "mine," and I laughed more at that than I did with the off. There are a few others, but like there are some familiar paths, like the sea turtles, like the giant
new character. I thought
the
they
giant. Oh god damn! What the hell?
What are you doing?
He's attacking me. Like damn. I think it's because I'm wearing jeans. I think she. Any case.
What are you doing?
No. Any case, like the giant sea creature. By the way, there's a giant squid off the coast of California.
Yeah.
Like literally less than a mile. It's like no.
Well, to be fair, let's put it size wise. The Dory fish, that's only about. If you think about that squid is only probably about the size.
It filled a cargo container.
Oh.
A cargo container.
Oh, right. Well, but here's the thing. If it filled a cargo container...
That's a big freaking thing.
But it's... But again, if you saw its beak, it was so huge. I mean, so small compared to the fish. So I thought it was just...
Do you remember the one from the Beast? It wasn't too big either, but apparently it shredded humans like...
No, but with the size of the tentacles and everything. And like, especially with the octopus, I was like, oh, that... I mean, like, okay. Giant squid, by the way, are a thing. And...
They do exist, yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
in that area, there's actually been the highest reports of large humble squid, which is a large aggressive squid that can be up to like 15 feet long.
Okay, that I can understand.
So maybe it was a bigger version.
The main note I have is, again, it has a lot of familiar beats, but what I was most interested in is the new beats. For instance, the best character I would say of the film they introduced was the octopus. Hank.
Wait, I like the octopus. Was he, again, they kept saying it. The octopus had 7 tentacles, correct?
Yes.
I thought octopus have 8.
They do, but that's why he was there.
Okay, then here's the question. That's my biggest point. That's the thing I was trying to figure out. They explained he doesn't want to go back in the water, but they never touch upon that. It would have been really interesting if they would have touched upon that character and explained why he did not want to go back. Instead, you had the slow transformation of, oh yeah, he does. You know, he wants to get to Cleveland. That's a big spoiler. You can take her outside. This octopus wants to essentially go to Cleveland so he can live in an aquarium for the rest of his life. And I love this, by the way, because
the way contrasts all the other creatures.
Yeah, essentially it did. And honestly, yeah, she got me. But honestly, the most interesting part about that was learning. I was like, okay, we're slowly learning more, and it also his camouflage ability was also a great.
Oh my god, yeah, that was fantastic. Especially the end bit with how it showcased all the creatures and how there was like a little Where's Waldo with the octopus, which I thought was pretty clever. Also, when the best trick of the octopus, I would have to say, was there's a part where there's a fish tank, and inside that fish tank is the octopus, but you would never suspect it because it creates a fish out of its tentacles and goes completely invisible. And I was just like, oh my god, that's
really cool.
That's better than the freaking Predator.
Mm-hmm. I want to see this fish being like this octopus leading being pretty much hunting commandos with Arnold Schwarzenegger yelling "Get to the chopper" with all that stuff. That would be great. Anyway, think of like the squid from that 10,000 years. The Future is Wild special, like where it like swing. Remember the squid that was swinging through the trees and the big elephant?
But that was the Future is Wild. They were like, there's gonna be giant squid and it's gonna be super smart squid and they're gonna be fighting. And
also, they went over like 2 animals every 100,000 years. Like I think there'll be a little bit more. But point of the matter is, the squid we liked. A little backstory would have solidified that character a lot more, because they kind of emphasized it. And I was waiting for that final moment when it's like, oh,
the reveal.
The reveal, you never get that.
But you do get, okay, I will say the reveal for Dory was very well done.
Yeah.
Like, the whole, Dory is definitely the central point of the story, but her emotional trail as well, which you would not think of the side character. That's the problem with Mater in Cars 2, and I think even a bit with Monsters University with Sully and, what's the other guy's name? Mikey? Yeah, Mikey. Mike. They had their emotional stories, or kind of. Mater didn't have that grounded hook, so I don't think it worked. Mike and Sully, it worked in the original, and they knew they couldn't top it. So it was a more personal story for them.
No.
It was still good.
No.
But it wasn't as good as Sully.
Look, I know a lot of people give crap to Monsters University, but they did, like, the last third where they're by the human beach, and he is going over it, I thought they gave a new emotional resonance with.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when compared to University, I would say the bond between Sully and that was stronger between the child and him than between Mike realizing that personal realization of himself. That was for me. Again, that's just a note. But for this story, it worked because it wasn't attached to Marlin. That's the thing that I think that Pixar realized. They can't tie it to previous things. In essence, Dory's family and her hunt for her family is completely separate to the previous story, which works. There's not a lot of connective tissue, and it allows the story to be new. But I think the problem was they still felt like we need to reference all these other cool things. We need to go back and see.
I don't mind, like, when you're saying about the sea turtle, I don't mind the birds. The birds are like 2 seconds. I don't mind the turtle because the turtle's like, okay, this is how we got across.
No. I'm not saying that, but there were plenty of other little things that I was like, oh yeah, that's in Finding Nemo. And the thing is,
like,
again,
what? I'm so confused.
Like the squid, the turtle,
the squid wasn't in the first Finding Nemo. It was the anglerfish.
The shark. That's the whole sequence, running from the sharks. Or that thing, yeah.
But the whole shark bit was...
running from a destroyed ship? Running through the destroyed ship trying to evade a giant creature?
That was a submarine, but it was... And that was a cargo
Again, that's
ship.
why I was like, well, there's actually some awesomeness. Also, the other note for me is...
But here's the thing, it's a reference, but what else... Like, I'm fine because they added a giant squid. Like, that's something you do... Like, that's new.
For me, the note was, in Finding Nemo, it worked because the whole point of all those crazy shit that happened to Marlin was... Or Marvin, whatever his name is.
Marlin.
Was the story that his son heard. It all worked towards that. Them going to the sea turtles, them going to seeing the sea lions, all these different creatures. In Destiny and Bailey, which were two creatures, it's a whale shark and a...
Are you saying... Oh, wait. Are you saying that because...
The payoff of all those events worked in Finding Nemo because it re-emphasized to his son what... And it led and pushed the story forward. Essentially, what the distractions that they held... I'm talking about Marlin, and very early on, and then Marlin. There's Marlin and Nemo. And Dory. And then when they got split, and then Marlin's adventure didn't pay off for the ending. It didn't further the story. It just got them together. It was basically to split them up and bring them back together.
I will counter that because you realize that Marlin started to learn that he's always a person like, okay, let's think about this logically. And to be fair, the little side stuff he had with the bird and everything was actually pretty funny. But he slowly learned that sometimes you have to go on. You can't just use logic, because life doesn't agree with logic. Sometimes you have to go with your gut. And don't get me wrong, sometimes that's a bit crazy. But with Dory, it re-emphasized the story with Dory. So you're talking about build-up. Dory, again, because Marlin yelled at Dory and re-emphasized you act like you normally do, that allowed her to transform. And I will say this, the character of Dory does get resolved and does get improved. You see her go from her normal self to an actual character, like a fully fleshed out character that has overcome a disability. That's something that you don't see a lot, especially in this situation where she overcame it in a way that wasn't something that was like breaking the fourth wall or something that was just crazy. This was something like, okay, this is something she normally does. We've already established this. And she's using her own logic, which ties with Marlin, but in her own way, her own like gut way to get like, okay, I forgot something. All right, what am I doing? All right, this is what I was doing. That in that essence, I thought it did progress the story. It was not as tight as Finding Nemo, but here's the thing, though. I feel like if anything, this story was a lot more personal. It was not, even though you could say that. Wait, what about Finding Nemo? Finding Nemo was a more globe-trotting adventure. This entire movie, which I was surprised about, by the way,
takes in one place. Yeah,
takes place at one location. It's a huge location. I love the aquarium. But it is specifically one location. Meaning, you're right. All the crazy stuff you can't normally happen in an aquarium. They did manage to do some crazy stuff, don't get me wrong. But it's in one location.
The ending.
And this allowed for me to realize this is not supposed to be some epic, like, we're going to go through whales and turtles and sharks and all this stuff. This was let's take the aquarium bit from the first movie, expand it to a full, like, instead of one tank, we expand the whole thing to a huge aquarium. By the way, did you see the picture of the little girl? The little girl was in there from the first movie.
Really?
Yeah, with her teeth. She was on the back. I think. I don't know why she was there, but she was with a few other pictures. I don't know if she was like, keep this person out, or if this was a friend, or something along those lines. But this was something that was like, okay, I get what this movie's trying to do, and on that note, personally, I thought it did a better job with Dory's personalization. Because Marlon was always someone who was like, okay, I'm like freaking out, my son's gone, and I'm trying to do everything I can. But you don't really see like a lot of the emotional impact necessarily. This one,
seeing his son dead, I would counter.
Well, that's true, but you can also say that with Dory. Dory
never saw her parents dead.
Dory saw, but she literally went into a panic mode. She literally started to have PTSD flashbacks, and now I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's something smart.
Again, I'm not saying that Dory's story didn't work. It did, and I'm saying that completely. My only problem was the events that occurred. Yeah. The side characters in Nemo worked much better in conjunction with the story and with all the other characters. In this one, it still worked, but it didn't work to the same degree.
Yeah.
For instance, Destiny and Bailey are probably the only two new characters, I would say, that really worked with the story.
And the octopus.
And were a good reference to the past.
And the octopus.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, and the octopus.
But that being said,
but all the
you have one shark, the turtle, and then what's the other? So 3 characters. So we have, no offense, Bruce the shark, which was interesting because again he's like an you can't. I don't know the other 2 guys. I'm sorry. Then you have the jellyfish. Don't have anything. You have Crash, and then you have, what was the other third thing?
The entire tank, or how about the seagull?
Okay.
Or how about
okay.
That were tied to the story, and literally, remember the whole fin. It tied with Nemo in that kind of spec, and it showed both sides of the story. One was trapped. One, again, that's why for me, the side story with Marlin didn't have as much of a payoff than compared to Dory. Dory gets like so much. You feel so much progress with her. That Marlin's story of, oh yeah, let's just do crazy shit, kind of, or let's do what Dory does.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
Doesn't have as much of a payoff. Because it's basically...
I'm thinking about Finding Nemo now, and there's a lot of movement, a lot of stuff they get through.
Yeah.
And in this movie, there's not, honestly. There's very little.
It's also a lot faster of a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't feel like there's set pieces, I'd say the turtle, then it goes to the squid, and then it's just all the aquarium. Yeah. And then you could say, like, the final bit, which is, like, pretty awesome, don't get me wrong, but still pretty out of left field.
We're going to have an octopus drive a car while Dory gives directions with a bunch of fish.
Which again...
Wait, what was that song at the end? That song, wasn't that from Monsters Incorporated?
I see trees of green.
Yeah, where was... I remember that song. I swear it's from another movie.
Isn't it Toy Story, maybe?
I know I've heard that song. It's like, I can picture it, the Pixar movie, but I can't remember which one it is. But I know it's in there somewhere.
Isn't it Toy Story? With the opening montage, I want to say? Maybe? I don't remember at this point.
But it's somehow related. Am I crazy in saying that's a Pixar? Like, Pixar's used that song before?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will find it and then maybe embed it in the video. But in any case,
again, we're not
Dory, in any case, Dory's characterization, I feel, is a leap above Finding Nemo. However, the rest of the movie suffers because it can't get to the height of Finding Nemo. Is that right?
Pretty much.
Finding Dory is great for Dory. Finding Nemo is great for every character.
Nemo, I would say, is a story that is all-encompassing. Like, when you imagine a Pokemon, everything is balanced.
Yeah.
And then, essentially, in this one, since, Pokemon Go so popular, in this movie, one thing is super strong, and everything else is good, but not as great as it could have been.
Yeah.
So, again, we're not saying this is a bad movie. By far, this is probably still a top-notch Pixar film. So
Yes.
I highly recommend you
Like the whole
checking it
bit
out.
with the shells and then the parents
Or the
and stuff
clam.
like that.
The clam had me dying.
Yeah.
It's like, thank God. And it was like, attention. It reminded me of Piccolo. Social activity. It was like, those moments were great. I'm not saying they weren't.
Yeah.
I'm just, for myself personally, I enjoyed the film. And again, I think it escaped Nemo's shadow in some instances, but I don't think it was able to escape.
Did anyone else
others.
find it weird they shoot that the person threw a dead fish into a whale shark's pen? What do whale sharks eat, Tyler?
Oh my God, yeah, they eat plankton. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
they eat plankton. I'm like, why are you throwing a dead fish? The whale shark's not gonna eat that.
Yeah, you're right.
I watch enough Animal Planet to know this stuff.
Yeah, you're right. They only eat plankton. Huh. Well then. Sucks to be that. Well, sucks to be that.
That's gonna be how it should have ended. They're gonna throw Dory into an actual like shark tank or something along those lines. It'll be Bruce. Hi, Dory. But no, I feel like the animation quality was great. The voice acting was great.
Oh yeah, all that stuff was top notch. No
Yeah,
doubt about it. Pixar still has it in the bag. But I'm more excited, honestly, about.
But the story,
next year.
yeah.
Guys, can I make a recommendation? I'm gonna talk to you personally right now. Next year's is Cars 3.
Oh God, is it Cars 3?
It's Cars 3.
Oh no, no.
It's Cars 3, guys. So listen, I'm just telling you this right now. Watch Finding Dory because you're not gonna have another Pixar movie for
fucking hell. Well, we got. Actually, can't even say it. We got The Lone Dinosaur, and I've heard nothing but terrible things about that film.
Yeah, Lone Dinosaur might be also. I'm a dinosaur fan. I'm meh. In any case, no. But the next one, guys, Toy Story 4, which should be good, and then Incredibles 2. Fingers crossed they don't fuck it up too. And then afterward, I think it's all gonna be original
Look,
films.
I don't mind them making original IP because at least The Lone Dinosaur, it's like I don't have an attachment to that. But Toy Story, you had
Apparently,
one.
it's a romantic comedy now. It's a love story.
Oh wait, yeah, they're going back to Bo Peep, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And by the way, like again, if any actor, Tom Hanks is still one of the best actors. I'm like, all right, he can do that.
I honestly want to see Buzz and what's the cowgirl?
Oh,
Jessie.
Jessie, thank you.
Him and Jessie have always had the thing since 2. And if they're
That
going
would
with
be-
if they're going with this, I'd love to. Well, the other thing is, can you quit resetting Buzz? No more resetting Buzz. Every movie has a Buzz that doesn't know what it's doing. No more. No more.
Well, to be fair, I thought the first movie, okay, that's great. The second movie, he's literally fighting another Buzz,
Which was great,
Yeah,
yes.
he's seeing it, and the third one
was
is
a Spanish version.
Spanish. Why not?
Yeah, I was like, guys, we already reset it. What can we do? Spanish, and it worked.
It worked. Yeah, I mean,
It worked. I'm just saying, if there's a French version in the next movie or like a Chinese version, I would
that would
find
be it.
you.
It would be Chinese.
It would be Chinese,
It would be
made
Chinese.
in China. It's actually the next Toy Story film is actually just invasion of China. There's like it's the
Chinese toys.
It's all these toys and all these Chinese toys rise up, and it's the American toys fighting back against the Chinese ones.
Yeah, it's the next toy Cold War.
It's Toy Story.
But no, like to finish up, Finding Dory, we recommend seeing
Yes.
it. Although it's in our opinion, it's not as good as Finding Nemo. And I would say, out of like the Pixar meter, where this is like WALL-E and Toy Story 3 or Toy Story movies, and like even like Up, and down here is like, hold on, there we go. Down here is like Cars 2, followed by like Brave and like Bugs Life and Cars like those.
Bugs Life is like medium.
Yeah, Bugs Life. Well, it's hard to rank a bad Pixar film.
The Pixar okay,
Monsters University.
Here's the problem with
There you go,
Pixar
like
films.
right there.
Most of them are here, and then like 2 of them, The Last Dinosaur and Cars 2, and Cars even are like down here.
Yeah,
It's
Cars.
like, and even then, they're still like okay movies. They're not like horrible. Like DreamWorks. God, DreamWorks have had some really.
Yeah, DreamWorks is like the opposite, where it's like you have
really
How
have
to
a
Train Your
full-fledged-
Dragon and Panda, and then all the rest are like Over the Hedge and Home and all these other random stuff down here. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But no, honestly,
Or what was that Shrek movie with the fairy tales? It tried
Shrek
to
the Fourth.
No. It tried to imitate Shrek. Happily Never After.
Oh god, right. Holy God!
Yeah, remember the film? It tried to go after Shrek audience, but bombed.
Oh my God! The animation was so bad on that film. I saw, I'm like, what? Holy God! You brought back a flashback. But in any case,
You're welcome.
Finding Dory, thumbs up. Go see it. Just know it's probably middle.
Like a solid 80%.
It's in the middle of Pixar. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's right in the middle. So that's great.
No,
That's good to hear.
I wouldn't say in the middle. I'd say at least a solid 60-70%.
I'm saying all of Pixar's films because it's not better than Incredibles. It's not better than Ratatouille. It's not better than Finding Nemo. You already knocked out a bunch.
Stories, yeah.
All that, and then what's left? Brave, The Lone Dinosaur, Cars 2, and that. So it's already like 4 or 5.
And Cars.
Yeah, so you already have 4 or 5 movies, and I say like Monsters University is like at the top of that, even though I still think it's a really good movie. But yeah, it's like right in the middle because you have that bottom 5, then the top 5. It's like right in the middle pair because they've only made like what 16, 15 movies,
something like that. Yeah, they've had a really good track record.
Yeah.
If you were a betting man, which by the way, if you were a betting man, you would have bet on Nintendo a few days ago. Dear God, there's got if you bet
go up.
If you bet $100 on Nintendo stock at the moment, you would have probably made $150, $170 right back.
I need the money.
Trust me, you don't want to get into that game. At least not.
Anyway, moving on. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to wrap up our review. Next time, we might do Independence Day. We might do Tarzan. Ghostbusters? Any case, we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.